First off, if you're going to upload a video and claim it's 60 FPS, yeah, at least make sure it's 60 FPS. Because you can upload videos in 720, not 60 FPS, and no one will complain. But anyway, well, this is a video about the key differences between Street Fighter and Tekken, and it's to do with the things in the game that are unreactable. So in Tekken, throws are reactable. They are these big, slow, lunging things where, with an animation, you can see that they're reaching out, plus this huge window after it to break it. It's just, they're easy to deal with, compared to Street Fighter where throws are basically instant and OP. But the point is that in Tekken, moves are indistinguishable. Like, you can see it here, that this, I mean, this is obviously like just a joke, because it's an all brown stage with two completely brown characters. But even their hands are hard to tell apart. But like, one of the iconic moves of Dragunov is this low move, and I'm not even sure this is fucking 720. Actually, you know what? I stole this off the internet, so maybe it won't actually appear 720. But the point is, like, this move here is like a 17 frame normal. But because of like how Tekken does its fucking moves, it's basically like, this is the start. This is the first frame. So this is what the frame you have to see to go. Yeah, he's doing the fucking shitty looking whirly back slap shit. Like, if you react to him crouching, bear in mind that because that guy uploaded it at 30 FPS, like every single one of these that I go by is one frame. So every time you hear a click, which I think you can hear. So if I start from the beginning proper and count them out, like, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So at this point here, where he's crouching at this point, yeah. So this is where, like, you can tell he's doing the crappy low back slap thing. This is the part of the move that a normal player would look to distinguish the move. At this point, he's already 9 frames into the move, which means he's 9 out of 17 frames into the move. So you have, at this point, 8 frames left to react to it and low parry it, which is just something like 0.14 seconds, something like that. Like, it's already hit you. Wait, that doesn't even make sense. How bad was the FPS in that thing? 14, 15, 15? What? Well, it's even more bullshit. Apparently, one of the startup moves is him just standing there. There you go, that's it. That's the start of it. There you go. So this is him stood there normally. This is his normal frame. And when he stands up vertically, or like an inch taller, that's the moment you have to go, he's doing the low. You aren't going to see it, put it that way. Anyway, so if you compare that to a Street Fighter animation, because like a lot of people, well, I was like this anyway when I started, it was like, if that moves 20 frames, surely everyone can fucking see it all day, no problem. But no, the moves in Tekken are indistinguishable from everything. They're all the fucking same for the first like 10 moves, for the first 10 frames, and by that point it's too late. You can't see it at that point. You should have pressed something. Whereas in Street Fighter, this overhead is like one of the classic, like the classic Street Fighter. This one is actually 60 FPS. So wait, the fuck is going on? Okay, maybe everything was 60 FPS and this thing's just trash. But anyway, this is like Ryu's classic 20 frame overhead that he's had for every single Street Fighter game since the start. So there's his neutral stance, and that's the first frame of his overhead. Like, it's a huge difference. Like, there's no other move he does that looks like this, and that's the point. Like, it's so easily distinguishable from every other move that you can go, yeah, I can react to that, even if it is as. Actually, it's slightly slower, but I think both games have input lag, so that's completely pointless mentioning that. But plus input lag, you know, it's 14 frames essentially, which means even then you can see it. Like, all of it is just big, slow. He's got his hand behind his head. What other move does he do that? You know, if he threw a fireball like that, which is the point. If he threw a fireball doing that, or he has a move that was Dragon of shitty spinny low that comes like that starts like this, you wouldn't be able to react to them because they look exactly the same, and you'd have to just block a 50-50 basically every single time. But that's basically it. In Tekken, moves are very hard to tell apart, so despite them being slower, in theory, they are much harder to block because of they can be high or low, and all the moves start up very similarly. So those first 5 frames are pointless. Those 5 frames tell you they're doing a move, which is, you know, and even then, some movements look similar to a move. So when he dashes forward like that, that isn't a move. That's just him dashing forwards, and he gets jabbed out of it. Look, like that move there. This is another one. Look, so this Feng low here. This is a very quick low. Like he's already started up here, but like what part of this tells you this is like his cape's even hiding it. It's like yep, he's already been hit. Look, you can't even tell. Like, you couldn't even tell that was a fucking move. Like that, he's already hit you. Like this move here is a what the fuck? Okay, here we go. So he gets this move here is a mid, which it must have the same shit. So there you go. He raises both his hands up, which makes it easier to tell this is a mid than fucking the other move is a high. I mean, the other move is a low. So if you're playing it, I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to give anyone advice because last time I did that, it was all wrong, and no one should listen to it. But the point is, a move being distinguishable, or being able to see the first few frames of the startup of it, and being able to tell them apart is the important thing of being able to react to a move. If the move looks similar to every other move, you can't react to it. It's a 50-50, or the move is hopefully a lot beyond that point. There's still another like 20-15 frames to tell them apart.